recording, and let's start Facebook Live before this thing breaks down.
Yeah, let's hope Facebook doesn't throw into it. Hey, you've done a lot of Zoom and virtual stuff, right? I know you're very busy on Facebook, so.
Okay, so I'm hoping at least the audio keeps working, even though it seems to be freezing the images, but all right, let's go live now. Okay, and we're live. So welcome to Success Paradigms, episode 29, Andrew. Can you believe it's 29 now? And we're having more issues today than all the other 28 combined, I think.
It's
Thank
rough
you,
when you
Zoom,
come out
Facebook, Microsoft, AT&T.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but hey, as long as it works, we'll make it the best one of the other 28, even with connection issues, right? So,
Yeah.
Clint, I'm sorry if I butcher your last name. Is it Fuqua?
No, Fuqua.
Fuqua. Okay,
Yeah.
we'll get on that one because there's a story behind that. I'm willing to bet, but let's just start with Success Paradigms, episode 29. This is Emilio Garcia, and with me, as always, is Mr. Andrew Barker. So today we have a special guest that's going to be a great show. We got Clint, and we'll get into the last name pronunciation in a second. But you've basically been in fitness and the health industry for, I'm guessing, pretty much your whole life. I was looking at your resume, over 25 years as a student, as an instructor, corporate executive, and everything in between, I'm betting. And I'm curious to learn a little bit more, but there was something that caught my eye there that's called your personal health care reform.
Yeah.
Which I like because it sounds like stop depending on others, take care of your own crap, basically.
Exactly.
So, and I like the hookup on the back, elevate. I saw it earlier, and it was recover and something else. But anyway, so yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So this is the new venture. Actually,
Okay.
I'm here. I'm going to take you all on a little tour, walk around while we're here, so I can show you what we're doing.
Awesome.
This is the brand new venture that started as of officially April 1st. Because you know, April Fool's Day, best day to do something, right?
Hey, why not?
Yeah. So
very cool. So let's start from the beginning. Where are you from? Are you originally from the U.S.? What part of the U.S. are you in? Where does your last name come from? All that kind of good stuff.
I'm not just from the U.S. I'm from Texas. Okay.
All right.
Texas, so the U.S. is happy to have Texas as a part of it. So
there you go.
From the independent Republic of Texas, and we associate with the United States whenever it's playing nicely. There's ones for our money and no oil. That's all. Anyway, but yeah, I grew up in Lubbock, moved to Dallas in '97, been here ever since. So I've spent my entire adult life here in Dallas. Which, you know, great place to be. I moved here specifically because I was in the fitness industry, and if you're going to be in the fitness industry, this is one of the best places to be for getting everything set up, getting your certifications, finding a good gym, getting clients. Sorry, because everything is here, right? It's Dallas. Everybody grew up watching Dallas, so you know Dallas is where you go.
Yeah, why not, right?
Unless you're named JR, in which case you might get shot at some point.
And someone told me that was actually the first season of Dallas was filmed up here in the Frisco area at the Brinker Ranch.
Yeah, you can actually go up there and tour the entire ranch where it was filmed.
Oh,
It's
wow.
all. I did an event
That's
up there
cool.
with. I used to do stuff with American Diabetes Association, so we did one of our events up there at the Dallas Ranch.
Okay.
Pretty cool. They got
That
everything is
reminds me.
there. All the cars are there. It's still they've kept it just like it was.
Wow.
Wow, that's gotta be a trip. Time machine.
Yeah, I'll have to get that info. So when my family comes into town, I have something to take them to. Because they all grew up with Dallas. So
Okay, yeah, and it's neat. Everything's there. They got the cardboard cutouts of JR and everybody else in the place. Man, it's a nice place. And they host huge events out there. I mean, we're talking like 25,000 people events.
wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a big plot of land.
Yeah. Very cool. So let's get back into our area.
Okay.
So you were born in Lubbock and then moved down here, right?
Yep.
What age were you? Were you high school or after high school? Or
Oh no, it was after high school. I was 20 when I moved here.
okay. I
So,
got a good friend that he is from Lubbock. He lived here for a while, moved out there, and now he's in San Antonio. And he's also a health craze.
okay.
I'm not going to say it that way. Don't insult the guest, Andrew.
It's one of you crazy health people.
I don't know. Hey, yeah, I'm not going to go there.
Everybody has their own crazy. Okay.
Oh yeah, definitely. Oh, I'm not going to say Andrew's sane by any means.
Yeah, even within the health industry. So I call all the people that go out and do all the running and the marathons and that, I call them crazy nuts because they're crazy.
Yep.
Dude, you're out running for how long? We have cars for this.
Exactly. So tell us a little bit more about yourself. As I said, the last name kind of caught my eye. Where's the family from?
So the last name is French. So most all my family moved over here from both sides. But I'm like half French, half German, right? So that's an interesting war and battle going on inside my own head. So my dad's family moved over here after World War One. My granddad on my dad's side, actually on both, were in World War II. So my mom's side, they moved over here right around that World War One time period as well. Although we've actually got family on my mom's side that goes all the way back to American Revolution. So on my grandmother's side, yeah, so my mom's part of the Daughters of the American Revolution. So we've got bloodline that goes all the way back to there. But most everybody else came over here right after World War One, before it got nuts over in Europe and World War II happened, right? So everybody came over here and fought. So, but yeah, long lineage there. I've got tons of military and police in my family too. So a lot of law enforcement. I'm the one crazy person that got out and got into health and fitness.
So how did that get started?
I've been doing it, you said, my entire life. So literally since 8th grade, because I spent most of my 8th grade year in the training room. I still hold the record for the most number of injuries in a year for an athlete. Not exactly the record you want to go for. Yeah, not the record you want to have.
I was going to say it's not really the one you want, but
yeah,
hey,
no, it's not.
A record's a record.
Yeah, so I had the most number of injuries of any athlete in the school in that year because I lived in the training room. So, I wanted to run track. That was out of the running, so to speak, after I broke my foot, my 8th grade year, and so I was like, well, what do I do now? And so I just kept on training. So I was the guy that did all the injury rehab stuff. I was head trainer by the time I was a sophomore, and I was doing full-scale rehab programs before I graduated high school. So I actually went into college with more knowledge than most anybody that was graduating college from a physical standpoint, for what to do for physical therapy, injury rehab, stuff like that. Because I ran 3 sports while I was in high school. I mean, I ran the programs. So went to college, and I got recruited by multiple schools. So, which is, really didn't happen much for trainers, but occasionally,
Nice.
things happen. So Anyway, yeah, long story short, my scholarship got pulled because of a new head AD and, politics, right? So I left because I got fed up and I was like, well, if I'm going to be doing this 80 hours a week here for y'all, I need to get something out of this. I'm not going to pay for it. I'm not going to pay to do it. I'm like, well, either you are or you're not. I'm like, okay, see ya. So I got into personal training right after that. And I've been doing personal training ever since then, with more of a bend towards injury rehab, making sure people move properly. I mean, my first job as a trainer was teaching other trainers how to do evaluations and set up programs. So I was training trainers when I was 18.
Oh, wow.
I got all these 20, 34-year-old guys looking at me like,
Yeah, I'm sure they love that.
yeah, what do you know? Of course, they'd see me work out and I'd raise a shirt to see the abs like, dude, I want to know what he knows. So, because I was the student trainer, but I was every bit as fit as any athlete out there on the field. Because I could run with them, I can lift with them, I can do everything else. I just wasn't, I didn't care. I didn't care about playing sports. I hated getting yelled at by coaches, and so I'd rather just go out and perform. Right?
Take it you're not married then.
No, I used to be. Actually, we never had any of that when I was married either. There was no yelling, fighting, and that stuff. So it was a really good marriage for as long as it was.
It's coaches that my coach yells at me. It's out of the goodness of improving.
Yeah. There's that. I never bought into that whole thing. I'm a coach. I don't yell at people. I think I've yelled at athletes twice in my entire time period of dealing with athletes. I used to run strength and conditioning for a basketball academy here in Dallas for 3 years. So yeah, there was one. Only one time I yelled at him. That was it.
What's that show about the coaches in England outside of London on HBO Max? Y'all must have seen it. The soccer coaches of European football. I'll bring it up another time.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. I actually, funny enough, so even though I deal with a lot of athletes and I have in the past, I don't watch sports.
Oh, but this is this is a comedy, and
okay.
The coach on the show reminds me a little bit of you. He doesn't shout. He never shouts at the team
Okay.
players, and they're all professional soccer players, so they're used to sort of getting in a manner.
Oh,
anyway,
yeah.
I'll post a link to it after the show.
Okay. Yeah. My thought on this is if I have to yell at you, then you're not here for the right reasons. So don't ever make me have to yell. And if I do, then that means y'all just need to leave.
Be said for that. Yeah, it's like teaching as well. I mean,
I'm very Miyagi-Do about my stuff, right? So there's a lot of wax on, wax off methodology to the madness. Why are we doing this? You'll understand later on.
You'll get it later.
Yeah, you'll get it later.
In the meantime, my car's going to look great.
Yeah. No, I've never done that. I've never done that. Go wash my car. I want you to, no.
So tell me a little bit more the approach. Is Oli Fitwell still the one running, or now you're shifting to this new one that you're talking about?
The Oli Fitwell is the brand new project. So while we're here talking about that, so Ivy Hookup came on as I've got a TV show as well. So they came on as one of my sponsors back last year, and coming to find out they had open space in the back of their place. So and they do IVs, COVID testing, vitamin shots, all that other stuff. And so we're enhancing what they're doing here. We're going to add on some more services. So here, walk with me. I'm going to walk backwards, try not to trip over anything.
Carry us. I'm not walking.
So we have all the treatment rooms are back here. Okay. So those are going to turn into other things, other treatment rooms for massage and some other modalities that we're going to bring in as well. This will end up probably being the main room here for, there you go. So as you can see, we got the little IV set up here.
Right.
Because all you do is kick back. They poke a little needle in your arm. You just let everything soak into you, right? And then back here, this is Olympic Fit. So this is the new playground right here.
Okay.
And so tonight I figure I'd do this from here before all the athletes get here, because in about the next 30 minutes or so, this place is going to be jam packed. We'll have about 12 kids in there, and we've got different levels. So we got some junior high, we got some high school, we've got some.
Oh. Okay, we just probably lost him. He went through a dead place in the office. You still there, Andrew?
Yeah,
Okay. You're muting yourself.
I'm still here.
There we go.
The Zoom's been.
So while he comes back, since you know him better than I do, obviously, where's he located at? Is that down in Dallas or?
In the Olympics,
I believe it's in DFW. Clint, is that you?
Okay.
There, you're back.
There we go. We're back. Okay.
There we are.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm here.
There we go.
Where is the space actually located? Is it
I
outside
think
or
it's just me
Dallas?
moving around.
Where's your facility located? Emilio was asking.
So this is in Plano. So we're across from Shefton High School.
Okay, I'm in McKinney, so that's close by.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
that's what.
we're kind of like right in the middle of everything. So we got. So we're right down from the Porsche Audi dealership
Okay.
at Bush and
Plano Parkway.
So South Plano.
Yep.
Okay. So let me ask you something that it's starting to change a bit, but
taking to Southwest. No.
There seems to be a little lag in the audio here. Let us know when you're back on.
Yeah, I'm
What's your question, Emilio?
here.
Okay,
I think
it's kind of choppy, but so hopefully you can hear me and we can get this a bit more stable again. But we've been asking a lot of our guests on the show, obviously people like you that have been doing this for 25 years. How did the whole craziness of last year affect you, especially in the health and wellness where you got to train people, but then we were in lockdown? Did you guys shift a lot into the virtual side? Did you not? Are you adjusting? How do you see that going forward? Ooh.
One thing is the providers of Wi-Fi crap on their bandwidth.
They're not up to speed today, man.
Man, they put 5G. They can't even get 3G to be reliable.
Yeah, it was bad at the beginning, then it worked, and I think he's back.
There he is, back.
And he's muted, but I think he's lagging again.
A lot of gyms did go under, but that's not really his business model. So
Yeah. I don't know if he joins back in, great. If not, we'll probably have to reschedule just because it's
a minute. I mean,
it's bad because I'm having a great time. I'm enjoying this, but
yeah, I know, and I know we all looking forward to it, but
yeah, but without the guest, it doesn't really make a lot of sense, right?
There we go. You're back.
All right.
Oh, there you go. Now Andrew's off. Okay, Clint, can you hear us okay?
Yep, I can hear you. We're good.
Okay, so before we had that little hiccup, I was starting to ask, we've been asking this of all our guests, and especially someone like you that has a business that's hands-on in person. How did you guys manage through the whole craziness of last year? Are you still adjusting? Are you going more virtual? And what's coming next for you guys?
Actually, so what happened? So here in Dallas, of course, we had a full shutdown, right? Gyms were shut down. My gym, the gym that I was working out of, I still do some training out of. We were shut down for 2 months. Okay, so luckily I had a part-time gig that paid the bills a little bit, so I had some coverage there. But I went online. I did a virtual training or virtual programs, workouts for my gym that I was with. And I did that for the entire stint of while we were shut down. So it was 50 days of in-home workouts. I've got those all categorized or cataloged. They're on not LinkedIn. They're on Instagram and Facebook. So anybody can use them whenever they want, right? So it's my little give back. So I figured if we're in this together, we're all locked down. I'm taking care of my bills are essentially paid. Okay. I'm not gonna worry about charging anybody anything for this while we're in the duration of this deal. Okay. So that's what I did. I did that as a give back for all the members for the place I was at and for anybody that wanted to do it. Okay.
Wow.
And did that. We came out of the lockdown, got back in the gym. It took a good 5 months for people to want to get back into the gym and work out. It really did, because the scare tactics, everybody's afraid to come in. We're like, dude, nobody in the gym is catching anything. Okay. You need to get in here to protect yourself from all this stuff. And now the research is showing that the number one factor to keep from getting sick or having negative effects is to be in shape and work out. In fact, the number one recovery tool for this thing is to exercise. Anybody that exercised while they were in the hospital, they came out much quicker. They didn't have all these negative side effects, et cetera, right? If you didn't, then, well, you're going to be in the hospital for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks, right? So that's essentially how I handled it. I'm not doing any virtual. We may end up doing some virtual as a part of what we do with the Olympic Fit. That'll become a piece of it at some point. But everything is hands-on. We're in person. I mean, that's why we're here, right? So this way we're making sure people have the right nutrients in them. They're protected. We do COVID testing, so we know if anybody has it. In fact, that's part of our process here is whenever people come in to work out, first time in, we're going up the nose and all that stuff. If they have symptoms, especially now, if you don't have symptoms, we're not worried about it because there is no asymptomatic spread, and we can throw all the details out about that as far as the realities of those things. But so yeah, everything is very much hands-on because we know how to handle it. And I've got contacts for if somebody does have COVID. I've got contacts so we can get meds to them just like that and knock it out, right? So you get the right mix of stuff, there is no issue with it. If you don't, and you let it go on for a week or two, well, yeah, it's gonna hurt you, just like any other sickness. So
right.
Yeah, we're back to fully hands-on. Olympic, but we'll have a virtual aspect built into it. Initially, this was supposed to open 2 years ago, and the original partners were backed out at the last minute, and we didn't get to open, which I really wish we would have, because then we could have proven our concept during COVID, because we had an online piece of it that was actually integrated into the gym, so we could utilize that. But now we're here, so
yeah, no going back. There's no.
The good thing is we don't have to deal with those guys, which would have been a nightmare day in, day out having to deal with those guys. So I've got a feeling. So it's probably better that it didn't happen.
Very cool. So now changing a little bit of gears, how did you meet Andrew? Because he's not the fittest person.
Business networking, actually. So I used to run a networking group here in Dallas. I ran one for 3 years. I was in the business networking community a lot for about 8 years. I'm not in it as much anymore because I was in it so much. You get to where you meet the same people over and over again. It's like, well, okay, I need new rooms to go into, and every room is the same people. I'm like, well, I'm tired of walking into rooms.
Oh, you.
Yeah, that's essentially how we met. I think we met through it was either Speaker Co-op or it was Success North Dallas. I think it was Success North.
Yeah,
Dallas.
it was Success North Dallas. That's right. Yeah, I had only just gotten here. That's right.
Yeah, because that's actually about the only thing I attend. I'm going to attend something is one of theirs because
I haven't been in a while. I know it's back in action.
yes,
If
it
I
is.
said already, I love the annual Police Officer of the Year event.
Yep.
I haven't missed that. I'll definitely be at that one.
Yeah, yeah. Speaking of virtual, they're doing both. So
Okay.
they can have more people. So they're doing both live and virtual now.
Yeah, and any listeners here in Dallas, if you've never checked out Success North Dallas, you've got to check it out at least once. It is
Yep.
one of the best monthly networkers. It's only in the morning. Um, I'm not affiliated with them, but it is Clint to say, and we met there as you're saying, but it's definitely worth checking out.
Yeah, yeah. And I've known the owner for better part of 10 years now. So
Okay, yeah, he's a really good guy.
yeah, yeah. Bill's a great guy. So
Yeah.
if you're looking for networking in Dallas, it's a place to start. Um, so, um, but yeah, that's essentially how we hooked up. That's how I've met a lot of people in the past 10 years was a lot of business networking stuff. Because yeah, I want to meet people that are not in my industry because I know plenty of people in the industry, but I'm not selling to them. So it's meeting everybody else outside the industry and building other things outside of it, which is how I got the TV show, wrote a book, had a radio show for 3.5 years, along with other business opportunities.
Put links to all of this, please, on Facebook, and we'll share them. Tell us a little bit about the TV show. I did recall you wrote a book, but
Yeah.
I didn't know about the TV show.
Yeah, so the TV show came out this year. We started filming last year. COVID shut us down for filming. So I've got the Health Engineer Show, which is you can find it anywhere. You can find me on Roku. You can find me on YouTube. If it's a video format, I'm on there. And of course, I post them up on social media as well. The radio show they had, speaking of personal healthcare reform, radio show is the personal healthcare reform show, and that came out of my book. So I did everything backwards. I wrote my book, then I did a radio show, now I'm doing TV.
I don't think it's backwards. I think it's sort of modern. It's like, you grab the opportunities when they present themselves to some extent, right?
Yeah, yeah. So most everybody else they get their TV show and then say, okay, now I'm going to do the TV show and the podcast, radio show, and now I've got a book. So yeah, just going backwards.
Hey, whatever works.
Yeah,
Yeah, whatever works.
yeah.
Very cool. So what's coming next? We already talked a little bit, but how can people find you? One of the things I always ask, I know you're all about health, but what would be your target market? Is it just a real athlete or someone that's trying to get in shape, or?
I actually have
That's a good question.
I have multiple markets, so which confuses people a lot because usually you're supposed to find your niche, right? My actual niche is people that are puzzles. So if you have a puzzle that needs to be solved, I'll solve it. Okay, from a health perspective, right? That's why I like to do. That's my main mojo right there. Okay, you get this weird issue nobody else can figure it out. We'll see if we can get that solved. Usually it's something simple that people overlook. But so that's my main thing. But outside of that, I mean, I train the individual. So whether they're an athlete or a corporate, they're just trying to get back in shape, whatever. Everybody's a little bit different. And then I've got a group mentality. So I've got a hypnotherapist that I work with, and I've got other diagnosticians I work with. And so I farm stuff out to other people for whatever's needed. I'm kind of a conduit, so to speak, in some regards. So yeah, you come in.
Oh man.
Jeez.
Oh.
Feel like we almost scored a touchdown and it froze on us.
Yeah.
Oh, you're
Yeah,
back.
so
We lost you for like a good 30 seconds. Froze.
Sorry. So
You were talking about your team-based approach and how you can farm
Yeah.
out to other experts.
I essentially farm out to other experts that because I can't handle everything, but I know people that do. So I send stuff out. I send people out to other experts. I get all the stuff back. We put it together. We put together a program, and then they live happily ever after. Hopefully, if they do the work they're supposed to do. And that's one reason why I hooked up with them, so we can. Notice everything goes back to the hookup. I hooked up with them because of that. So we're gonna be able to do blood testing over here. We're gonna do testosterone therapy, IVs, vitamin shots, all that stuff. We're gonna have a whole lot of vitamins with DNA testing over here as well. So it's everything's
that's
gonna be very,
fascinating.
very built around each individual person. So that, this is kind of I had this in my head when I was 16.
Believe it.
Place. And so we're gonna go here.
Oh man, you're Stephen Hawking's again.
So let's take up, don't be a fool in here.
At least get back to Optimus Prime.
Oh, was that fading out?
Yeah,
So,
you were
yeah,
speaking Technotronic for a little bit there. Not you,
okay.
of course, Zoom,
Yeah. Hey, I love Transformers.
Facebook,
Love
all
that
three of
punk
them.
too. So yeah, that's it. Everything's kind of a team-based approach. Everything goes around, doing stuff for the individual as opposed to just throwing it into a program. Actually, I help people create their program. That's why I got. That's where I got my health engineer moniker, which is you're coming in. I'm designing a program for you, right? So you want to live in a house? Great. What kind of house? I like to live in this kind of house. Really? Are you sure? Have you ever been in that type of house? No, but it looks cool. Well, it's not going to work and function for you. How about we look at you and we build the house that you need to live in, right? It's going to have all the stuff that you want in it, and we'll make sure it's got a nice, big, white, spacious kitchen too. Okay, I know you're never going to use that thing, so that's basically what it comes down to is putting together the programming and designing and engineering, a life for somebody when most people don't ever think about engineering their life, right? They don't think about engineering their workout program and everything else in their life to facilitate a living better. People think about, okay, I just want to get a six pack. I want to lose 10 pounds. But okay, great. What happens after you lose the 10 pounds? What happens after you get the six pack? Then you drink a six pack. You're going to lose both of them overnight. And then you're going to be depressed and you're going to eat a six pack of donuts, right? So, so it's getting people to look past those things and start looking at, okay, where do you want to be when you're 60, 70, 80? Do you want to be out living life, having fun, and maybe still have a six pack?
That speaks to the blood work because so many people can look quote unquote healthy, which really most people means slim or skinny, and then you see their blood work and it ain't healthy.
Oh yeah, interesting about turning robotic again. So across the hallway here, you can't really see. So we got a neurology lab across the way here. So we can get you hooked in, we can get you plugged in, we can test your brain.
What?
And literally, we can see exactly what's going on with your brain.
Not a lot.
Yeah.
That's to see how crazy we are.
Not on mine.
Well, so the cool thing is it'll fix that crazy.
Yeah, but I'd be scared of the results.
Yeah, well, the results are what they are, right?
A big blank.
And so
it's like nothing there.
Yeah. Better
it seems like every time I talk, it just kills his audio.
Yeah, I'm seeing a delay with your between your mouth and the sound, Emilio. Sorry, Clint. It seems like the Zoom is not cooperating. So again, Clint, please post the links to everything on social media for the tonight's show, so we can. I'm sure people are going to be very curious. It really sounds you've got a seriously integrated facility there.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to call it a day and reschedule.
That's fine. I mean, we were just wrapping up anyway. We can share the links to everything.
Yeah. So we're gonna tag you on everything, Clint, and then we'll share all the information and maybe do a quick follow-up 10-minute.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Just because, yeah, internet, Zoom, technology gods are not working with us today.
No. But we got the key. Yeah, clearly we got the key I think Clint was able to share with the audience, listeners and viewers, the key things where Clinton is the facility in Plano can.
I'm back.
Oh, there you go.
Back, okay, again.
There you go.
Clint, it's not you. The same thing was happening to me when Emilio and I were prepping for the show. So this is Zoom and or other factors. It's
Well, you know what it is. It's all the wind in your background. I can see all the
yeah, I
wind
thought that
background.
too, but it's not that windy in hookup, so I don't know. Clint, we'll do this. Post a link to everything on, and we'll share them. And if we get some questions from viewers and listeners, as saying when you got sent into the twilight zone there, you know, like we could have it. Let's have a quick. We could do a short follow-up call, 15, 20
Okay.
minutes, Q&A style, right?
Yeah,
That'd
we
be
can do that.
for the viewers and listeners.
Yeah, let's hook up on LinkedIn and Facebook and tag everything, and then go from there and do a
Yeah.
second one. Hopefully,
Okay.
the technology gods will be more graceful that time.
Yeah.
And Clint, congrats again. I mean, it's impressive what you're building.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, finally, I've been playing this thing out since I was 16. So yeah, I'm not getting any
Yeah.
younger. As you can see from gray hair, I'm not getting any younger. So
There's hair.
Rub it in, man. Don't rub it in. All right, Jen.
Well, thanks
Everybody.
a lot again, and we'll keep that plan
Thank
and
you,
do
Clint.
a quick follow-up one of these
Okay.
days.
Yeah. Have a great week, everyone. Have a great month. Thank you, Clint. Congratulations.
Have a good one.
Thank you.
Video.
All right.
Ciao now. Bye.
Bye.
Ciao.